Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
How are you today? Good, excellent. Okay, so right now we are going to deliver several topics about argumentative speech. That include definition, function, example, function again, type, how to deliver, and structure, and things to avoid. Okay, the first one is the definition. The definition itself is argumentative speech in spoken discourse, a form of communication where the speaker presents claims, provides evidence, and uses reasoning to persuade the audience of their viewpoint. So argumentative speech is to persuade our audience to do something that the speaker wants to. And this type of speech is often includes rhetorical devices like questions, repetition, and examples to engage the audience.
Yes.
So now the function. There is critical thinking. Argumentative speech critical thinking. As critical thinking, it helps both speaker and listener to develop their analytical and evaluative skills by examining different perspectives and engagement. Rhetorical questions, repetition, and emphasis are often used to maintain attention and to provoke through spoken grammar. There is a persuasion. Of course, in argumentative speech, there is persuasion to persuade the audience. It aims to convince the listener to agree with the speaker's position by using logical argument or emotional appeal or credibility. There is interaction. In spoken grammar, argumentative speech often involves conversational elements like interruption or turn taking and real-time clarification, making it interactive. For example, when I say something, argument like smoking in a public place should be banned. So there's audience like it interrupts like, but I enjoy smoking. How's that? Something like that. Okay. Now the example. The example is first. Can you see this?
No.
Right. Translation. For example, the speaker says, climate change is the most urgent crisis we face today. If we don't act now, rising sea levels will displace millions. Isn't it our responsibility to protect future generations? Now, in this persuasion, the speaker used emotional appeal. The emotional appeal, okay, I want to ask you guys, where the emotional appeal is?
What is the text?
So the text is, climate change is the most urgent crisis we face today. If we don't act now, rising sea levels will displace millions. Isn't it our responsibility to protect future generations? Where is the emotional appeal?
To protect the generation.
Correct. Wow. Yeah, so the speaker use maybe keturunan saya tidak akan mendapatkan our future generation will not get the special the beauty in this world if climate change and there is interaction. For example, speaker one. I think online learning is better because it's flexible. In this, there is speaker 2 or audience. But don't you think students miss out on social interaction? This is so that turn taking and conversational flow in argument. For example, I said before about the banning smoking, public space.
Yes.
So now is structure and clarity. For example, Online education is beneficial because it allows people to study at their own pace. However, it also has drawbacks such as the lack of the face-to-face interaction. So where is the scripture clarity here?
What is the text again?
Online education is beneficial because it allows people to study at their own pace. However, it also has drawbacks such as the lack of the face-to-face interaction. Where's the clarity or where's the clarity?
However.
Correct. So the speaker used, however, to clarify the evidence.
Yes.
Now this critical thinking. For example, speaker, you say fast food is cheap and convenient, but have you considered the long-term health cost? Studies show that it increases the risk of heart disease. Where is the critical thinking? You say fast food is cheap and convenient, but have you considered the long-term health cost? Studies show that it increases the risk of heart disease.
Consider the long term.
No? Studies. Correct. The critical thinking itself is study shows that increase. So the speaker used analytical evidence. So it's more like critical. The last one is engagement. For example, how can we ignore the evidence every year? More forests are destroyed for profit. Isn't it time we take action? Where is the engagement speech?
Is it the time we take action?
Correct. So the speaker used rhetorical question,
Yeah.
and repetition are used to captivate the audience. Okay, now for the next delivered by Bima. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, and thank you for
Thank you.
everyone who stayed still here even though, or despite the rain. I truly appreciate it. And now let's move into the types. In this term, types is for the claim. The first one is factual claim. So factual claim is something true or false. For example, exercise improves mental health. Reading every day helps improve memory. So it's already factual claim. And then the policy claim is talk about what is right or wrong. For example, honesty is the best policy. And then helping the poor is a duty or task for everyone. So for the value claim, it's about sorry. For policy is suggest solution or action. For example, schools should teach students about mental health, or plastic bag need to be banished or banned. For the value claim, as I said before, is talk about right or wrong. And then how to deliver good argumentative speech. First is engage emotionally. As we learned before, there is pathos, logos, and the last one is pathos, logos. Anyone still remember? No. About the rhetorical? No. Okay. It's okay. So, ethos, logos, pathos. So there's the type. For engaging emotionally, you can use feelings, like sharing a story based on your daily life or your overall life. And practice is to make sure you are deliver good speech. As wise man said, that practice makes perfect. So you can do practice to maintain your eye contact, your articulation, so your argumentative speech. We are good. And for the third point is use different perspective. Mention a different views and explain why your idea is better with a strong evidence. And I think that's all for how to deliver a good argumentative speech. And now we will talk about structure and things to avoid in argumentative speech. Luthfan, please.
Alright, thank you Bima and Rafi for the explanation earlier. And now we learn about the structure and also the things that you need to avoid. But before that, I ask guys still, what is it? You guys still want to learn? Yes. Alright, thankfully, that's what I want to hear from you. Alright, so the first one is about the structure. Okay, so from the structure, there are three parts. Right? There's introduction, body, and conclusion. Right? Now for the introduction first. So for introduction, there are several parts of it. There are hook, context, status, and preview. Alright, so the first thing that you need to say, you need to put in the introduction is that the hook first, to take the audience attention. For example, like this. What if I ever told you, I want you to go now. What if I ever told you that this world is going to die within like 2 hours? Now, to make the audience, attention, to take the audience attention to us. And then after that, you need to put also the context of your statement. After you take the attention of the audience, you need to put what is the reason why you're standing there. Are you just standing and then stare all of the people like this? No, right? Then after that, you need to put the context first. And after that, you put your thesis statement that you want to say, what you want to persuade to the audience. And after that, preview that the things that you want to say to the audience. I mean, like, of course, if you want to say about some things, like gender should be equal, for example, and you are the pro side, of course, you need to also talking about the contra side also to make the preview of the topic that you are going to deliver. And then move on to the body. Okay, to the body. So MA here, MA is main argument. All right, get it, guys? What is MA? Main argument. That's good. So there's main argument 1, 2, and 3. But for the 3 is optional. You don't need to put it complicated. So alright, so for the MA1 or main argument 1, all you need to do is to put the previous topic, or I mean like from the opposite topic first. I mean from the opposite perspective. For example, like I said before, the gender should be equal, and you need to preview about the contrast first. And then after that, move on to the main argument to that what you want to say to the audience, what you want to persuade. That, for example, like you are pro to the topic that you want to say, this is good, what is the beneficial, and what is the drawbacks from the con, something like that. And then for the third one is optional. If you want to add more information about the statement that you have said earlier, you can take it to the main argument. And then the counter argument. If there is such things that is not really that good, you know, I mean, if there is some arguments that need to be taken down, you need to make the counter arguments after it. And then the last one is, of course, the conclusion. You need to do some restate and then use some key points to make the audience know about all of the discussion earlier, and then call to action like the topic mentioned before. Then after that is closing. Alright, and then move on, we're going to move to things to avoid. So there are 5 things that you need to avoid when you want to use the argumentative speech. The first one is being overly aggressive or emotional, okay? You don't have to be emotional when you want to deliver the speech. For example, like, gender should be equal! You don't have to be like that, okay? Just need to be professional, okay? Just calm down. Yeah, so do I. And then after that, ignore the counter argument. Of course, it's dumb for you if you are ignoring the counter argument. And then the third one is using weak evidence. Of course, you need to use the strongest evidence if you want to counter the argument. And then the fourth one is lack of structure. And then the fifth one is complex language. If you want to deliver a good argumentative speech, you need to make the language is easier for the audience to understand about that. Alright, because the time is up, unfortunately, to be honest, I have several topics that I want to explain to you guys. But that's the end of our discussion today, of our presentation today. So the conclusion is from the definition, function, examples, type, structure, things to avoid, is that argumentative speech is to persuade the audience about our topic. But there is several things that you need to pay attention, that there is difference. So argumentative speech is different. It has some several difference due to the debate. It's kind of similar, but it's different. But for the argumentative speech, we are not using direct confrontation to the speaker, to the audience, because for the argumentative speech, it's only one speaker talking to the audience. You should remember of our second semester task. Of course, it's called public speaking. That's called argumentative speech. But for the debate, it has to be like two speakers confronting each other and then restating what the counter argument is making over and over again. Alright, that's for our discussion today. Because the time is enough for us. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.